My next guest is back in action. UFC Fight Night, November 19th, taking on Maria Oliveira. It's Vanessa Demopoulos back here on the program. Vanessa, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. I am so freaking good today. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. Not as good as you, though. I mean, that sounds amazing. I always like the positivity in these interviews. And I actually kind of wanted to start first kind of outside of fighting. I know you've been doing a lot of stuff for Fight Pass. I actually got to meet you in person for the first time this summer, which was cool at International Fight Week. How's all that going? Trying to juggle all that and your fight career as well.
Man, I couldn't be happier to be a part of Fight Pass. I'm doing analysis pre and post show right now with extra rounds with Mr. TJ DeSantis, who's just such like an expert when it comes to everything that's broadcasting. And I'm just like, I'm super honored to be a part of that, like to have my knowledge put out there on blast for everybody. And it's been really insightful for me. It's been like really amazing for me to now get the opportunity to study and to talk about something I'm so wildly passionate about, which is fighting. So it's been really cool, and I feel like it's just like such a beautiful transition because I don't love splitting my time, like that was something that I struggled with my previous entertainment career.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm like, how do I say this? But I was a stripper. So
Yeah.
it was really hard for me because I'm like, fuck, like there's this thing that I love so much, which is fighting. And then I have to go and do something that just like goes against everything that is fighting, which is dancing at nighttime. And so it's like, now I get to do something that just like is completely in line with fighting. And I'm just so happy. I couldn't love my life more today.
How did it all come together with you working for them? Did they reach out to you, or how did they take me through that process? I'm always curious about that.
Yeah, so I was competing actually for the EBIs, the Medusa,
Mhm.
and for Mr. Eddie Bravo, and I was like, I got an opportunity to commentate on the EBI, which is actually something I did this weekend. And
I know, yeah.
I was like, guys, like, can I please commentate for you? Like, I promise I'm exciting, and I love jujitsu, so I can make this exciting. And they're like, yeah. So then TJ and I were working together. And TJ actually was the one who was doing the extra rounds. And he was like, hey, I have this opportunity. You're really great at commentating. I would love to have you be a part of this other thing that I'm doing with Fight Pass. And I was like, yes, like, where
Yeah.
can I sign up? Like, I couldn't say yes enough times. So
Yeah.
it just worked out beautifully.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I love it. You've been killing it. I've been watching some of the stuff as well. So it's been cool to see you have that other career on top of fighting as well. It looked like you got plenty of notice for this fight. When did you find out it signed pen to paper and all that?
Oh, yeah, we got so much notice for this fight. I believe I fought in June. July happened, and then I found out like the end of July,
Okay.
so like or beginning of August, something of that nature. Yeah, I feel like I've been in fight camp like forever. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, can I fight already? Like, I can't believe I'm finally down to the wire now.
Yeah. And a great opponent, 18 fight veteran. What do you know about her? How do you feel like you match up against her here?
I know a lot about Maria because my friend Tabitha Rizzi actually fought her, and I kind of helped Tabitha a little bit towards the end of her camp there. I went out and I was there in Las Vegas with Tabitha when she fought Maria. So I've known who she was. I was very aware. And when I got the fight, I personally was excited because, I'm like, yes, I've studied her. I know who this person is. I've watched her. So it felt really good. It felt very comfortable for me. And I'm extraordinarily confident for this fight. So it's a very good thing.
How's camp going at Fight Ready? I know usual cast of characters, I'm sure. Tracy Cortez. Who are you mainly getting to work with ahead of this matchup?
Yeah, I've gotten to work a lot with Tracy right now. She's also getting ready for her fight coming up on December 10th against Amanda Ribas. So that's been really exciting. And we have Luana, who's now at our camp. I have this girl, Emily, who is, she's a 105er, but she's fighting at 115 coming up here actually like next week. So
Oh,
it's
cool.
like, it's been really cool. Like, we got like a good cast of girls, like some really tough chicks, and we're just going after it. It's amazing, and all of us are just like hungry and like super good energy and amazing vibes. And it's a lot of fun right now in fight camp.
And remind me, how long has it been that you've been in Arizona and training at Fight Ready? Because I know that was one of the big things for you, is having a lot of structure and just like a camp that's really just, very much fitting to your needs, so to speak.
Oh, and it's been so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I've loved it so much. I've been here for over a year now. So
Okay, yeah, I was trying to
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's a full-blown family at this point, and I couldn't be happier, man. Like, Santino DeFranco's my head coach, and ripping and running. You know, I see him in the mornings over at Fight Ready, and then I go over to Siege MMA at nighttime, and I see him again at nighttime over there. And it's like I get everything in between that I need. It's beautiful.
Weight cut. I know you always make weight. How's all that going ahead of the fight?
It's going amazing. Check out the biceps.
Yeah, impressive, impressive. Yeah, and we still got lots of time too, so you know, no rush.
So much time. Yeah, and my weight's coming down beautifully. For a minute I was stuck, and I was like,
Uh-oh. Yeah.
is this ever gonna move? And then the scale started moving, and I was like, okay, all right, we're good.
You mentioned Santino. Who else will be in the cage with you as far as your corner?
I'm gonna have Kyle Estrada, and he was in the cage with me for my last fight against Jinyu Fry. He's been helping me a lot with my striking. He's got some of the most beautiful striking in the gym, so very precise. And then I'm also going to have Brandon Olivas, who is one of my great partners for wrestling and jiu-jitsu here out of Siege MMA. So he was in my corner against Silvana. And he was like yelling directions when I was on the ground. So it's like I feel really comfortable with my corners right now.
How's this fight playing out on November 19th?
My goodness. I mean, I'm excited and I feel amazing and I'm super happy. I'm in great spirits. Camp is going amazing. My weight cut's going great. I think you can see the best little monster you guys have ever looked forward to. So, you know, and I know a lot of fighters say that, but I don't want to like tell you everything, you know? So
right.
just
yeah. Can't give away the game plan.
That,
she might be watching. You never know. So
honestly, like you have a happy little monster on your hands right now. So, and that's a dangerous little monster. A happy little monster's a very dangerous little monster.
You talked about some of the analyst work you're doing. We just had the UFC card on the weekend. I'm assuming you watched it, unless I wouldn't imagine you'd miss that one. But just your thoughts on the main event with Islam Makhachev winning the title over Charles Oliveira. Very impressive performance.
Extraordinarily impressive performance. I don't think anybody would have saw him actually submitting Charles. I think that was like the most mind-blowing part. We all knew that Charles was going to get taken down. Everybody knew Charles was going to get hurt. But I really truly thought that Charles was going to be able to weather the storm a little bit more and have some slick grappling to kind of like maneuver his way out of positions and even maybe get a submission of his own, even when the cards were down against him, because that's usually what has been happening to Charles, especially as of late. Like he gets hurt every fight he's getting taken down, every fight he's on the ground, and then he somehow finds a way to just like maneuver around it. But Islam did an amazing job, and congratulations to him. He just did a beautiful performance, you know, and he really stuck to the game plan. It was just a very simple game plan. And there weren't any chinks in his armor. So hats off to him. But I thought it was interesting how they put Volkov straight into the cage to potentially fight next when Beneil Dariush was like sitting there waiting. He's like, dude, I just won my fight against a very, very impressive grappler that the cards were completely stacked against him. I felt like even in that opportunity, and he showcased and shined. He's screaming for this title contention. And they just were like, yeah, okay, come on, Volkanovski, here you go. I'm like, what is happening right now? You know? So
yeah. Maybe he can be the backup or something. I'm not sure what they decide to do there, but yeah, it seemed like Dana during fight week was like, yeah, Volkanovski's getting the next title shot, which is like, I get it. Cause you know, obviously he's been impressive, but also you do feel for a guy like Beneil Dariush who's supposed to fight Islam, if you remember, but he had an injury.
Exactly. Yeah. And I just feel like he's just like screaming from the top of his lungs, but he's also so humble and so sweet that they're like, all right, dude, like you'll get it when you get it. And he's just like, man, all right, you know, like, like I just want to see him fight for it, only because like he really has been so impressive in all of his battles as of lately. You know, like I feel like he's truly earned it in like his weight division. Like, give that to the man, you know. But okay, those are my thoughts.
No, for sure. Well, no, you mentioned Beneil. No. You mentioned Beneil. Just your thoughts on his performance, because I think he had the layoff going in, and Gamrot's a very good opponent. Just your thoughts on him getting the win there, because that was very impressive.
Yeah, Gamrot he's such a difficult opponent to go up against, you know. And Beneil did such a great job at just weathering the storm, which was him. And it's like he showed such expert level grappling. And he just did such an amazing job at getting out of the positions, you know, really reversing everything. There was such like high level stuff happening right there on those mats that it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And like, as a grappler, I'm just like watching this in awe. Like, yes, like, like neither of these boys wanted to give up position. Both of them wanted to like out wrestle the other one and out grapple the other one. And it was just some of the highest level jujitsu from two different people, both grappling in an MMA UFC setting that we've seen in a really long time. Normally, you'll see like one person is like, you know, a black belt superstar grappler, and the other person is just trying to like defend the position enough to get to their feet. But you saw two people really showcasing beautiful jujitsu, and I was just in awe. And yeah, it was a beautiful performance by both of them. And Beneil really showcased.
Two more things on 280. I just wanted to ask you about the co-main event. Obviously, was a bit of a weird situation with Aljamain Sterling fighting TJ Dillashaw, and obviously we find out after the fight, Dillashaw had injured his shoulder in April. It popped out, and in the first round, it was popped out. What'd you make of that fight? Because it wasn't really much of a fight. We had, you know, unfortunately for Dillashaw, he couldn't really do much in the matchup.
Yeah, poor Aljamain. You know, like poor Aljo, who's like sitting here winning these fights and just like taking all the heat from the fans aftermath, where they're like trying to like discredit him for being a champion. Like, dude, like the man's putting in work, you know, like he's winning these fights and fairly dominantly, and it's like not his fault that the first time he gets kneed in the face, it's not his fault that TJ had a injured shoulder, which I feel like was a result of getting taken down, you know, and TJ tried to post out with that arm and his shoulder pops out. Like, if you knew back in April that you had an injury and you were fighting for a title in October, that is so far out. You could have either pushed it back, got the surgery done, fixed your shoulder, or not even pushed the fight back. You literally could have gotten a whole shoulder surgery, like rehabbed it for 6 whole weeks, and then continued on to an entire fight camp by the time October came around. It was extraordinarily irresponsible on TJ's part to even allow that to be an excuse. And I mean, hats off to TJ to tell the referee in the back, like, listen, this is a thing. I'm like suffering this injury. My shoulder's gonna pop out. Do not stop the fight. Like, that's kind of awesome of him. But also, it's really shitty of him to have not addressed this when you knew about it in April and you didn't fight until October.
Yeah, no, I completely agree there. And the other bit of controversy on the card, Sean O'Malley getting the decision over Piotr Jan. How did you score the fight, and what did you think of the result?
Oh, I you know what? I was watching the fight, and I personally gave it to Jan initially. But when they did say that Sugar Sean had won it, I was like, you know what? That's okay too. Like, it wasn't so dominating on either person's performance that I was surprised when the scorecards came out. And I felt like afterwards, I really did take a look at the numbers, and Sean O'Malley did win a lot more of the significant strikes. I hated the fact that he was on his back trying to grapple with Jan. I'm like, Jan is so strong and powerful. Like, I get it that you have some of the best grapplers in the world in your corner right now, but Jan is amazing, and he is very aware positionally. He's fought for the title. Like, he's been a champion. Like, you're not going to submit him off your back, dude. You know, like, stand up, strike with him, because that's like where you're going to win the fight. But I was really happy to see him win anyways.
And then at the top of your division, a week before your fight, there's the Strawweight title fight between Carla Esparza and Weili Zhang. How do you see that one playing out? Because I see a lot of people actually going on Zhang's side, the challenger, as opposed to the current champ.
I will definitely say that a lot of people are always counting Carla out, and she always finds a way to win, which is super impressive. And that's exactly why she's the champion right now. And Weili is a very impressive athlete overall. I mean, she's very strong in every area. And I have personally been very close with both of them. I'm friends with Carla. I'm friends with Weili. I've trained with both of them for their fight camps. So I kind of can't really give too many details away.
Well, let me ask you this. Who would you give the edge to in that fight, though? Kind of looking at the fight optically, you know, having known both, who would you give the edge to? Like, not necessarily who you're picking, but who would you give the edge to?
I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to comment. And you know what? I'm really happy that I am not doing the pre and post show for the week before, because I'm fighting the week after. Because normally I'd be in Madison Square Garden doing that event for extra rounds. But I'm not doing that this time. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Like, because I love them both, and I don't want to give any opinions. I don't want to give anything away to people, you know?
Okay. This is your third UFC fight. Is this on the same contract, or did you sign a new contract for this fight?
This is actually my fourth UFC fight.
Oh, sorry, fourth. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that I lost my first one, but it was at 125. So let's just not count that one. That one never happened, you know?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I am on a new contract now, and I couldn't be more excited and more grateful and thankful for the UFC as a company to really invest in me and love me the way that they have been. It's been really cool.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
when that was just signed right when you had this matchup then, I guess, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Also, if I remember correctly, did you not say you were going to go to Greece? Did you end up going?
I did go to Greece.
How was it?
Papa! It was amazing. I went to Santorini, and I got to spend so much time with my family, and I got to like go swim next to an active volcano, and I was like chasing the fishes underwater, and I like saw some shipwrecks, and it was super sick. Like, I loved it. I went into some like hideaway caves, and I got to eat good food and drink amazing wine, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful time in Greece. I needed that time with my family, like more than anything in the world. So there's nothing more valuable, you know, than spending quality time with people that you love.
Absolutely. Vanessa, thank you so much for doing this. We're looking forward to the fight November 19th, UFC Fight Night. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, anything like that, floor is yours.
Go check out Little Monster Demo, guys. I'm popping. I'm trying to be, you know, crazy and exciting and fun for you, but more so, it's just how I live. So, and shout out honestly to Iridium, because that's my management team, and they've taken care of me so much. And of course, I love my coaches and I love my team.